this. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley this morning sent a letter to the NBA. That letter was 100% a valid letter. It was asking the question, why is the NBA making political statements on their jerseys when they will not allow any players, GMs, or owners to point out the fact that China is a dictatorship and they're happy to take billions of dollars from China and bend the knee to that country? Can you put free Hong Kong on the back of your NBA jersey? Can you put human rights in China on the back of your NBA jersey? Or can you only criticize American-related institutions as comments on your jersey? It's an eminently fair question. Why are you comfortable with the NBA choosing what players can put on their jerseys, making political statements, and restricting the statements that people can make, like what happened when Daryl Morey tweeted out free Hong Kong, and the NBA players and coaches either said nothing or, like LeBron James, they ended up saying, well, the First Amendment's not always a good thing, right? Because that's what LeBron James said. So Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, who is a super smart dude, by the way, Stanford grad as well as a Yale law grad, kind of a big deal. He tweets out, he sends that letter out, and as commonplace when you are making news, he also attached that letter to a bunch of other media-related emails for people who cover the NBA, thinking, hey, you might want to know that a United States senator is actually coming out and talking about the league that you cover. You might want to actually do it, all right? You might want to actually know. Woj immediately responds from his ESPN email address, fuck you. All right? That's it. That was the entire email. Think about this now for a minute. Woj supposedly covers the NBA from an independent fashion. He is paid by ESPN, not by the NBA, to cover the league. He is paid to cover the league. His job is to cover all of the controversies surrounding the league, including, and perhaps most importantly, the NBA bending the knee to China. And a United States senator sends a letter to the NBA, which is a massive news story, requesting that Adam Silver respond to his questions about the NBA relationship with China and why there were no criticisms of China allowed on NBA jerseys that are making political statements. He called the NBA on their woke BS hypocrisy. He tagged Adrian Wojnarowski in that message, and Adrian Wojnarowski's initial immediate response was not to say, oh, this is a story, we're going to cover it. It was to respond to a Republican senator and say, fuck you. This is what I've been saying, brought to bear in two words. ESPN is a far left-wing news, media, and organization. Period. That's why I've been calling them MSNBC for years. ESPN, Woj has apologized, by the way, and MSESPN, their Politburo, put out a statement saying, well, they were inappropriate. He shouldn't have done that. No consequences. All in 2 words, ESPN summed up what I have been telling you for several years. This is not a transparent and fair news organization. This is a far left-wing organization intending to put far left-wing political ideals in front of its audience. There is no balance. There is no evenness. There is no equality. All right? That isn't in existence in ESPN's coverage. And I want you to think about this. Is there any point in time where an ESPN employee would respond to Barack Obama, to the White House, if they sent a newsletter out to them where all they would have to do is apologize? That employee would have been immediately fired if they had responded via email from an ESPN email address, fuck you, to anything that the Obama White House sent out. If AOC put out an email release involving the NBA, and Woj's first response was, fuck you, that person would get fired too. I don't want anybody to get fired. I don't want anybody to get fired because I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't even want anybody to have to apologize, because why should you apologize for what you actually believe? Woj is entitled to his own political opinions, just like you are and just like I am. The bigger issue here is you've got an ESPN employee who's in charge of covering the league, that when the league is called to account for its blatant hypocrisy on politics as it pertains to China, his first response is not to cover it, to cover this issue at all. It is to immediately say fuck you to a United States senator. This is a huge story, monstrous story, that a U.S. senator asking questions about the relationship between an American sports league and a communist dictatorship that is paying it billions of dollars. The first response of a media member that covers that league is not to cover the story objectively, write about it, research it, look into all the evidence. It is to immediately say fuck you to a duly elected senator in the United States. This, my friends, is why ESPN is broken. It is woke center writ large. It is MSESPN. If you have anything other than far left political leanings, you should never be watching this channel. You should never be spending any money with them. ESPN can go ahead and they can serve the 25 or 30% of people who are desperately woke on Twitter all day long, arguing for all sorts of stupid things like defunding the police. My base is the country. The 75% of you who have not lost your minds. The 75% of you who, if somebody has a different opinion than you, your immediate response to them via email from your corporate email account is not fuck you. ESPN should be ashamed. They should be utterly embarrassed, and Woj should be humiliated for demonstrating that he is an NBA bootlicker, and that's all he does. Lick the NBA's boots all day. How spit shine do you want it, Adam Silver? How much do you want me to spit on your boots? How hard do you want me to lick today? That's what he does. He is paid by the NBA to cover that league, and he is worthless when it comes to his objectivity. That is what that response shows us beyond a shadow of a doubt. Because any journalist who is worth his salt, when a story like that went out, they would be like, wow, this is a big deal. A United States senator is pointing out all the hypocrisy of the NBA right now. And instead, Woj got on his knees right in front of Adam Silver and he said, hey, how clean do you want your shoes? How much do I need to spit on your shoes to make them shine? That's Woj right now. That's the NBA media, period. And that's ESPN as well.